afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another exciting Propagandacast with me, your host, ImperialDane, Master of Propaganda, Hero of Psych, Defender of the Fatherland, Wood of Hitler, 1 vs 1 on Sumoski. Between the north, we got Kanji fighting here for the United States of America, freedom, liberty, and the 3rd Armored Division. Versus the south, we got ImperialDane himself fighting for the Wehrmacht, Deutschland, and the 1 and 6th Panzer Brigade, Feldherrn we've got here. Encirclement, Storm Doctrine, and Elite Troops versus Heavy Cavalry, Tactical Support and Airborne with bulletins for Stormtroopers, Dukes, and 222s, and all infantry on the other side. MD-42 Pioneer start here for me, basically skipping Tier 1 since I just don't feel it's very much worth it at the moment. Pioneer heading eastwards, Pioneer heading northwards. In this case, the plan is basically to try and make a run for both viewpoints, that way initially trying to deny my opponent as much fuel as possible, thusly delaying any Stuart light tanks for as long as possible as well. Giving me more time to actually make use of Tier 2, or for that matter, anything else really. We've got Rapid heading towards the center with a very early mortar there for Kanji. Very early mortar right out there. Fuel pond there almost grabbed already by the echelon to the south. Pioneers there also making progress. Other Pioneers bringing up. We got the MD-42 supporting the push in that direction. With the second MD-42 slowly making its way as well. Very slowly. As for Kanji, we got nothing further going on there. He's just rushing for the center, trying to establish dominance there. Rather moving up there, in this case, I'll then set up the machine gun to try and pin them down, ensuring he can't easily go for my cut-off point. Or at least that's the plan, roughly, as it goes. So MD-42 setting up, they're flying away at the rifle, and the second rifle squad on the way there for Kanji. Up north, aviations have grabbed the point. In the south, Pioneers likewise taking MD-42 moving up. Mortar moving straight for the center, taking in fact 5 right at me at my MD-42, and of course, I'm not expecting this early mortar, but I would not be surprised if there's some kind of response here to, Tier 1 skips, and that way, the heavy machine gun planes are basically just rushing out a mortar to help deal with the MD-42s that way. Up north here, Pioneers dealing with the echelon, slowing away from with MP-40s. Reasons that are doing plenty of damage as well, but not quite enough. In this case, they're able to use the light cover here to get closer to them in the first place. Modify there on the MD-42, trying to retreat it, but in this case, a slight delay there and wiped. More Pioneers here, which I'll try and rush up then to grab the MD-42 rifle, slightly push back out again. And at the same time, Pioneer squad going straight for the fuel point again. The strategy is to try and deny Kanji as much fuel as possible while I try and rush ahead in the tiers. I mean, versus the other armies, you don't need to deny them fuel as much, though of course it is handy. But against the Americans at the moment, with the Stuart rush there, I do feel it is quite useful and almost vital to try and delay them from getting as much fuel as possible, thus delaying the Stuart light tank. And before they continue to take aim and fire there for the mortar, rifle moving up there. Rifle squad there almost knocked down there, going before to retreat as well. Progress being made here in the east, and of course here in the west as well with another Pioneer squad. So while I lose control of the cutoff point, again, I'm not so initially concerned with that. Basically, all of this was just to create an opening for the Pioneers to hit his fuel point and delay him there. Like to mechanized company up there, MD-42 reinforcing. Victory point here secured as well. In fact, that's the first victory point secured so far this battle. 3 rifle and 1 mortar there for Kanji. Fuel-wise, I've certainly got a small lead there over him. And next, what I'll be doing with the Pioneers is I actually hide them way up here because I don't think I get them very safely anyway. So instead, I'll just try and hide them and then so we just return to harass his fuel point time and time again. MD-42 reinforcing, like to make a nice company going up. And we'll be going for the 222 first. For sort of some more mobile action to quickly hit some isolated elements and then follow up with infantry. More rifle there for Kanji, going for the heavy tier 1. We got the reactions going there for the fuel. Moving up Pioneers behind here to harass. Cause a bit of confusion there. Note also in this case, I'm not pushing through here. I'm just going to be stalled here with the rifle and then take heavy fire from the mortar. But instead, I'll be trying to move up here. So try to hit the MG mortar with my MG-42s. Pioneers being engaged by riflemen. In fact, this Pioneer squad 200 manpower draws up a lot of riflemen here, which then makes this flank attempt here that much more useful. Yes, they're grabbing the point. And we got the 4th rifle squad out there for Kanji, who can now soon go here for the captain. But again, the control of the fuel points has ensured, I don't quite have as much pressure on me. So there you go, 1 rifle squad moves down there, the other one heads northwards there, having actually suffered some loss for the Pioneers. There we go, Pioneers rushing against the mortar. MD-42 Pioneers moving up for the south, 2-2 almost done. Pioneers taking up position in the church, rifle drawing in towards here. 1 MD-4 taking up the house here, rifle got engaged here, other MD-4 taking up just in case. north, almost got the fuel point there. 222 almost done there for the Wehrmacht, for the Feldherrn Halle Panzerbrigade. The MD42 moving up here, going to deal with that mortar. That is the primary target, and the 222 arrives as well, which will also then try and hone in on the mortar. MD42 taking losses from the enemy mortar crew there, the M1. Up north, Pioneer standing about there. And mortar then engaged. Pioneers almost wiped out by the rifle. In fact, looks like they might just be. 222 arrives. And there you go. Mortar and fire there from the MD42s. Both setting up their Pioneers as well. Mortar being caught out in the open. There you go. 222 joins in. Thanks to the increased accuracy bulletin. It's a bit more lethal there. 222 mortar crew all there. Wiped out, in fact, in a matter of seconds. Next job is then to steal it. Quickly abandoning the center once more. But nonetheless, stealing it away there. Lastly showing I now have the artillery. He does not. Captain on the way here, by the way, for him. Fuel-wise, though, again, thanks to this, again, he's quickly edging ahead once more. Overall meaning, in what little delay I've got, is going to be very, very temporary against my opponent. Rather than pushing up here for the east, the units are heading back for reinforcement. Now the 222 on the way, they're just to pressure the Americans more. Moving up to deal with the re-echelons, please push them away. Since they're more exposed, easier target. It could threaten my Pioneers up north, though so far he's not reacting to the continued harassment around his fuel point. There you go. Going nuts, and the re-echelons with the 222 almost wiping out. We got another mortar on the way here for Kanji. There we go. MD42's Pioneers mortar sitting out there with another 222. Quite a force here. And almost got the fuel point up there again. And now just track towards the center at the same time, those sending troops down here to harass me in the south. Bravo Squad there remains. I think a bold choice there by Kanji, low on health. And of course, should be aware at this point, I've got a lot of 222s operating here, prowling about. And there we go, he pays the price. 280 manpower gone alongside the re-echelons. Beating himself a bit here as I swing into full action. Pioneers getting points, MD42's mortar swing ahead as well here. Rather than taking hits from the 222s, actually shift down to deal with the rifleman down there. Captured that bazooka, and he's in fact rushing out the Stuart. So again, even with all of this, I've only managed to delay the Stuart for maybe 1 or 2 minutes. Again, had he not rushed it out there, maybe another minute, but ultimately, despite all of my efforts, I mean, even doing this, there's limits to how much usually I can sort of delay it. And again, it's thanks to that early mortar, which pretty much made any of my MD42 play really, really difficult. Obviously, had I gone for Grenadiers, they would not have fared much better either, to be honest. But I'm here to take hits from the 222s, engaging, firing away there with machine guns and autocannons. He might, in fact, suffer another wipe here. In fact, looks like he will. And there you go, annihilate. That's 2 rifle squad wipes here, 560 manpower gone. I'm swiftly laying down telemines, obviously, since I know I haven't delayed him that much. So I'm just going to try and prepare here. Sadly, I wasn't able to grab the center sooner. Otherwise, I could have laid down telemines further into the village, rather than sort of into my own territory. There, it's going to be less effective. Mortify going down there, can do 42 in church. Still moving southwards here. 222's quickly getting away. And we got stormtroopers arriving. In this case, they've been caught out in the open by the captain. Quickly guns him down there with his Thompson submachine gun, bomb grenade off. Plus, of course, the rifle, I'll wait, doesn't do much, and the stormtroopers in this case end up being wasted. 340 manpower lost. My mortar there having minimal luck versus his mortar there, despite barraging directly on it. Let's do it there, moving up from the south. 222's moving up to get some repairs elsewhere. Losing those 340 manpower certainly caused me a bit of steam. He's actually following up with a pack counter. Been a while since we've actually seen any pack counters from the Americans. They just used to be able to go on from mortars and Stuarts. That pack counters so rarely actually factor into their plans. So they're flanking from behind. MD14's get out there pretty quickly. 222's going to need some repairs here. And right here, make a bit of a mistake. I actually dispatch 1 222. I should have waited at least for both of them to try and engage the Stuart at the same time with the MD42 in support. But in this case, I sort of try and see if I can't flank behind it. So try and do some damage there where the armor is thinner. But in this case, obviously, it doesn't even work out. Most of the shots fail to even hit. And there you go. We couldn't get a stun shot up there. And lastly, this 222 is caught there. So that was a pretty poor tactical decision there enacted by me. There you go, 3 kills already there. MD42 firing away, then 2 needs to fall back, trying to bait it in here to the telemines. Up here we got the pack outer rhyming for Kanji, still no doctrine from him, as of course gone for encirclement. MD42 needs to retreat pretty schnell. Falling back here, my mortar's alive. It's Veterans who won, but has yet to get a single kill. And right here, the Stuart moves up slowly. and doesn't hit the mine. That's basically one of the bigger problems with the Teller mine. There's absolutely zero guarantee the tank will actually hit it, and they can easily drive past it several times, and that rather limits, you know, the utility of the Teller mine, because you have to spend 50 munitions for it, and the student there can easily dodge it due to its smaller size as well. Medium tank's going to have a lot harder time there, but the student which really wants to hit the Teller mine has a surprisingly high chance of not hitting it. Panzer going to disable here for the Panzer Brigade, capturing the point there in the south. Pioneers are taking minor losses. We got Tech up there as well, need to rush out some armor here, and again trying to push the actual fuel advantage I do have here against Kanji and the 3rd Armoured, which was the only division really to receive Pershing heavy tanks, by the way. Almost got the point here. Back here, troop shielding reinforcing. Almost done taking up. Rather than going for the core point. And I'm just laying down as many Teller mines around here, basically hoping eventually he's going to hit someone on them. Though again, that's rather hoping a lot, but the more Teller mines out, the better. And again, he hasn't gone for a single re-echelon squad, and I've wiped out the one he has, so obviously he's got no chance of actually spotting them until it's too late. So in that sense, getting the wipe on that early squad there is actually paying off quite nicely for me. Because he's not going to think about it then until either lay down S-mines, which I'm not doing because I'm using all the munitions either on assault rifles or Teller mines. Of course, until his steward set off the mine, or maybe some other tank he gets sets it off. We got here Doctoral Choice Heavy Cavalry, unsurprisingly, and we got Rangers here. Slightly more surprisingly, since most of them even bother with Rangers nowadays, they just go for the rifle with some Browning automatics. There we go, almost got the mortar with my own mortar. There we go, wipes it in fact. Captain almost wiped it, but ND-42s. Some heavy fighting in the centre. We got support armor corps going up there. Panzer going to do his Pioneers reinforcing. Pack out of there joining in though. Firing back here. We got Riflemen up in the north grabbing points there. Stood grabbing points here while being repaired. Bit of quiet here. Mortar that could be seized by me in theory. But certainly looking a bit rough there again. The Stuart really has an impact there on the early game. The sooner you, I mean, the more you can delay it, generally the better. In this case, it didn't quite much luck. Again, the early mortar pretty much sort of halted that on his own. Had he not had it, I probably could have been able to establish a better sort of delay for his own Stuart, and thus they managed to establish a better tier 2 position. But still, I've managed to keep it somewhat in check in. There you go, Rifleman, mortar there, Panzer quickly popping out. There we could see another wipe there, in fact, against Kanji. There you go, annihilated, mortar crew here. He needs to be a bit more careful, to be honest. There you go. Full unit wipe, we've got a student around for the south, and here we got Rangers and Riflemen in there. MD-42, they're covering here, the mortar crew allowing it to get away. Panzer Canadians here going straight for the pack out, a bun grenade off, they're trying to get it, and doesn't quite work out there. Gets some poor bastard, but ultimately doesn't wipe it. Got a major out here, so Kanji is also taking ahead. He's not just relying on the Pershing, so in that regard, he is displaying some, you know, further foresight, to be sure. But his unit preservation could perhaps be a bit sharper there. He does, overall, I think, take a bit too many risks there. Overall, suffering a lot of rifleman losses, which of course is to my advantage, and does minimize, you know, the overall support for the student and how much otherwise impact it can have, and allows me to perhaps get a bit more map control against him. But again, the left-hand side is reasonably covered here by Teller mines, so I feel slightly safe there, slightly safe. Also, in case he goes for any other armor, again, there will be Teller mines to help sort of deal with that. Grabbing points here. Pack 40 on the way there. Panzer up there, Kanone 40. Which was slightly unique in that it didn't actually have one big armored plate there. So the gun shield, but actually sort of two smaller, thinner ones with a bit of space between them. That way, you know, able to sort of absorb bigger hits, but, you know, still being reasonably light, which made it more sort of maneuverable than other anti-tank guns in the same sort of caliber, if you will. Pioneers here, in fact, I've laid down another Teller mine to touches the Pioneers here to perhaps bait the Stuart into it, but in this case, Kanji does not take the bait, sadly. Got a forward position here by the road towards his base, so he doesn't have to spend so much time retreating back and forth. We got the Pack 40 out here. I've still some time before I can call up the Sturmgeschütz. The one I can, that's going to give me a bit more further chance versus the Stuart light tank. Pioneers going up here with Panzer Grenadier support. We've got a single rifle squad moving about. They're heading northwards as well. And Stuart's heading out. We finally hit the Teller mine. Nope, drives right past it again. Oh dear. Oh. So he catches an MD-42, and MD-42 gets up. And then gets one-shotted by the Stuart. Yes, indeed, the Stuart can one-shot entire units if you're not careful. Another reason I'm not a particularly huge fan of the light tank there. Stuart moving up there, Pack 40 firing away, and there you go. Good hit. Floating bit of resource they need to get that Stuttgart pretty schnell and perhaps call up some stormtroopers. Rifling about there, Stuart pulling back, having taken a hit there from the Panzerabwehrkanone. Tellermine going down here again to further shield against the Stuart rushing through there. I mean, I'm just laying down as many Tellermines as I can, and right there, stops right in front of the Tellermine. Stormtroopers running here, flanking right behind the hitting the mortar crew and the captain. Packhouse the auto force push back. Stuart does nothing, Stug on the way. And Stormtroopers pushing up here towards the other units. Stuart still nothing. Pack 40 Pioneers bringing up this, trying to grab the MD-42. Mortar crew, they're taking man also here from the Stormtroopers. From the Feldherrn Hallepanzer Brigade. And we've got, what is this from him? An anti-tank gun out. Stuart there, Panzer moving up and back straight into the Tellermine. Finally setting it off. They're finally knocking out the Stuart, giving me a lot more operational freedom now. They don't have to worry about that little menace. But he did manage to get away there with the MD-42 in the south field. Upon there being grabbed by the Rangers, who very swiftly retreat. Stug there arriving, pinback machine on the way. Stormtroopers also retreating. And getting ready there for a push towards the centre of the map. Pioneers, in fact, grabbing territory all the way straight up here to Kanji's base, pressuring him that way. A lot of players will, again, generally sort of overall ignore this possibility of just, again, pressuring their opponent from that angle. And also just gaining more resources that way. Captain setting up here, Pioneers out in the open. Mortar setting up has one close support, though again he's going to have the artillery advantage thanks to not just the mortar, but also the pack howitzer, whereas I've just got one mortar. Artillery fire there raining down the captain. Panzer Grenadiers, Pioneers moving ahead. Stormtroopers hanging about. We got more Panzer Grenadier on the way here. Artillery fire raining back and forth here. Almost got the captain there, Stug moving up to support, though for some reason reversing it. Rangers moving forwards here with Thompson submachine guns and Panzers firing at them. And beating a bunk grenade here, going straight through it, suffering only minor losses there to the Panzer Grenadiers, and then have to retreat nonetheless. Stug firing in support there, and there we go, range retreat. Got a Sherman on the way there for Kanji, bringing out some armor there for the boys of the 3rd.
We have lost a Granatwerfer squad.
And the mortar gets wiped here, either by their mortar or pack howitzer. Hard to say here. Stug gets a hit down the enemy mortar though. And we got a half-tick on the way there to maintain a bit more reinforcing presence on the front line, ensuring I don't have to retreat as much, making it easy for me to maintain a position, and, you know, also be more aggressive if necessary. In the south, we got Panzer Grenadier and Stormtroopers moving ahead for Germany. Also, a fun fact about the Panzer Brigade is, in fact, we're heavily equipped with assault rifles. They didn't have a lot of infantry. Usually, it was only, I think, 1 battalion or 2 worths of infantry, but they were half-tracked fully to the later brigades, but also heavily equipped with assault rifles, which was sort of more of a newer thing there as well. So a few fun facts there, but we got the M4A3 out there for Kanji. Rifle captain moving ahead. Mortar needs to fall back a bit. Troops moving up there. Wiring off here to try and cover up some angles, and there you go, captain rifle moving up here. MD-42 coming from the other side here. And not quite suppressing anyone. Mortar there recruit. Also able to reinforce here thanks to the 250 and a half track there. Panzer Grenadier moving up as well. Here we got Pioneers falling back into fact. They just need to retreat, capture advance here. Continue to mortar fire all over the place here. We got anti-tank and they're losing several members there to the MD-42 in the south. Here we've got Panzer Grenadier versus the Rangers. We've got the Sherman moving up here for Kanji. Panzer Grenadiers, you need to be careful. They're taking loss there from the Rangers. There goes Sherman arriving. And half-track seems to have killed something. Looks like he got the final kill there on the captain. Gute Arbeit. Panzer's retreating, got the Stormtroopers here hiding away. Sherman moving up here. Panzer Grenadier eventually too, but they need to fall back soon, taking a lot of damage there from artillery fire. We got the Sherman flanking from the south. Nice flank there, by the way, by Kanji, a bit sort of forgotten there. It's actually timing for Mick Minardi in terms of damage, slightly ahead here. Kills-wise, not that much of an advantage there to me. In some sense, though, again, he has lost a bit more than that. So slight advantage to me there as well, but nothing huge. Again, this suit really can make a huge impact there. Army value-wise, though, Kanji is actually sort of reasonably far ahead there again. There's been just the point there, the loss of the steward, and seeing with the loss there, I mean, he's still, been far ahead of me. That's also a bit, something they're adding some pressure to me. Resource float-wise, he's floating a bit more in terms of points held. Again, initial sort of advantage to me, but very quickly sort of been him in control until sort of now, where sort of again just been able to sort of massively outmaneuvering. And again, that's pretty much sort of rough at the point where I got the steward. Again, the steward can pretty much just sort of swing a battle completely in the favor of an American player very hard. And again, it's because it's so difficult to deal with as the Wehrmacht at the moment. And again, you pretty much have to get lucky dealing with it, which is generally not a very good basis for countering a unit. Luck. But nonetheless, here again, he's sort of pushing back now with the Sherman to tank guns again, artillery. But there's one weakness here for Kanji, he's barely got any infantry, whereas I've got several Panzergrenadier squads and a Stormtrooper squad here, meaning once I get these upgraded, I've got a lot of firepower to bring to bear against Kanji. But I need some more anti-armor here versus sort of the Sherman there, and for that matter, any other army Kanji might bring in against me at the moment. So that's something that definitely needs to be brought up. Other things, maybe down the road will be an Austrian flak panzer, or just add some more faster flanking elements and just shooting away at the infantry, maybe clearing up some of those support weapons as swiftly as humanly possible, and then down the road maybe a Panzer IV. Otherwise, maybe some more Stormtroopers or Panzergrenadier, and in theory I could, try and take up here, though generally I wouldn't recommend that. I mean, again, currently just consider Tier 4 to be a flourish, nothing really of any serious value. Alright, but fuel caches, munitions caches would not be a bad choice there for me to consider as well, and maybe a mortar of my own for added artillery, that way getting up a small battery which sort of hammer away at Kanji and maybe lay down some larger smoke screens to cover up assaults. As for Kanji, fuel caches would benefit him quite well, also using some of those munitions, maybe a combined arms attack there, maybe more range for the Thompsons, maybe BARs and his riflemen and his other units, whatever he's got left there, to be honest. Minesweepers, I mean, he knows now I use Tellermine, so really he needs to get some minesweepers out there. Snokeshoes, not for now to begin checking for Tellermine, to particularly not if he's planning for a Pershing. I mean, if that hits a Tellermine, that could very well then be in my favor. But again, more infantry. He's desperately low in infantry there versus a force here with a lot more firepower than him otherwise in that regard. So he needs more infantry, or he's going to be in a bit of trouble, to put it mildly. And he also needs to try and be less focused on the center again. He's so focused that he's just pushing through there with everything he's got, and he's just sort of ignoring the other elements here as well, the other parts of the map, for some of the fuel points. So in that regard, Kanji needs to sort of remember there's the rest of the map there, which is so far what I'm really doing my best to take advantage of against him, and that's definitely something that Kanji should not allow to happen. Also, mines from him would not be a bad idea either. But let's return to the fight here. Sherman moves up here. Mortar takes a hit. Pack 40 setting up there. Stu covering. Punch moving up. It's reinforced from the half track. Again, the half track ensuring I don't have to retreat nearly as often here. Pack 40 Stu there firing at the Sherman. Pack 40 they take losses from the artillery running down at it. Stu there trying to get the Sherman gun rifle moving up here. Missed it. Mine went off there thanks to a mortar hit. Sherman moving up again versus the Stu. And Rangers here taking points as well. Stu falling slightly back here. Pantsman is slightly inching forward. They really should pull them back. They're low on healthy and easily wiped out, to be honest. Pack 40 taking back to deal with the Sherman. Right here, in fact, Kanji might just made a mistake there. Sherman almost knocked out. Stu goes in for another attempt here in the South. Stormtroopers forgotten. Not even upgraded with assault rifles. Need to remember them. Los geht's, Ludwig. There you go. Stug knocks it up. Yeah, we got it. It burns. I like it when they burn. Reminds me of burning books back in Hamburg. Stug they're rolling back right from there, almost knocked out. We got Panzer in more time before moving ahead. Their heart being repaired swiftly. And we got another Stug there on the way. I'm under no illusions what Kanji might bring up eventually. Got the anti-tank moving up here. Need to move in something to stop that. Rangers covering up here as well. Stug hiding behind here a bit of a shack. And there you go, Rifle almost wiped out. Kanji again. Oh, extending his infantry. Need to work his unit preservation. Panzer moving up. There you go. We got Rangers in the way. Bun grenade off. Light damage there. Stug right from the anti-tank gun. Panzer moving up. They're trying to get the anti-tank control. Main gun destroyed. Gets the Stug, was not able to save, mortifying down there, but gets wiped out. Panzer coming up, wiping out the anti-tank gun. Rangers moving forward. We've got a second Ranger squad here for Kanji. As he loses rifle, got grenade off against the Panzer gun here, but they dodge it. In the south, Stormtroopers finally upgrade with assault rifles.
Stug 3 ready to deploy.
And crewing up some weapons here. Half again providing a fort reinforcement point. And there goes second Stug G to replace the one lost. Mortars just shifting position towards the half track to reinforce. Again, the half track, well, hasn't directly done much. As again, has made it much harder for Kanji just to bombard me away, which does have its benefits. Panzers here, by the way, sort of sprinting ahead there. Another benefit of encirclement. MB-42 they push back, and there they go going for the cough point again, trying to pressure him further. And then retreating. Stormtroopers still kind of forgotten down there though, that's less good. And there we go, finally getting a move on. So yeah, half tracks, very useful addition to any Wehrmacht force, I feel. A very useful addition. I do wish they were a bit better, to be honest. Rangers out in the open, going down there to recruit that anti-tank gun. And again, he's just so concerned with it. Again, I can sort of bottle him up so far. And again, I mean, if you can't get your opponent to that sort of situation, then you usually got a strong hand. Because again, he could easily attack through here. He could end up doing a lot of damage to me because I'd not be expecting it. But again, he's just so completely focused. And again, I can just easily focus all of my guns towards him, just prepare for it. Even with the artillery raining down, which does make it a bit more difficult. I mean, I'll still have the upper hand since he still has to go in towards me, and I've still got a half track, meaning he can't just, easily push me out through that. So in that regard, he needs to sort of broaden out his perspective. He's bringing up another anti-tank gun, another M1, 57mm. Engaging up between Rangers and Stormtroopers. One grenade here. Taking some losses there. In the end, they'll end up retreating there since I don't feel like risking it. There's the Rangers, one wrong move, they're not lose a Stormtrooper squad, which is quite expensive. Almost between 3 and those Panzergrenadiere. Stug waiting there for some infantry to actually support there, which is rather its role supporting infantry. Right, here we got Panzer being engaged by another Ranger squad. In this case, it just ended up retreating. Low on health in that case. And got a bunker going up here, planning a medic bunker near the half track, since again I'm primarily fighting around here. Makes more sense to have the medic bunker closer to the front line. Panzers being suppressed by the MB-42 sticking up here trying to give range, but they quickly make short work of the anti-tank gun, thus exposing a flaw there in my anti-tank gun setup, which of course is I had absolutely no infantry or support weapons working with it. So poor tactical decision there by me, and I get punished for it. At least this time I don't lose a Stug. Still, those Rangers are quite a handful. I'm surprised more American players just don't bother with them, but I do think it sort of highlights the sheer ubiquity and, just strength of the rifleman when you don't even have to consider going for Rangers despite, being really, really powerful. Panzerguns coming out. I'm just going to move up here to the point here by the half track.
The bunker has been converted to an emergency medical station. The enemy is attempting to steal our sector.
And again, there's just really no work towards here, not in the same re-echelon squad or anything there. Though he's finally gotten one though. He's going a few more points using the anti-tank gun. Good work with that. Rangers are pushed back by the Stormtroopers, storming through the ruined streets of Simois. Ski. Pioneer sending out. No additional Stugs here, though could of course also go for the Ostwind or the Panther. Again, he's got most infantry, so an Ostwind would make sense. Though again, at the same time, I've got the feeling that of course he might be aiming up soon for a Pershing. But again, I mean, I find it really interesting. He's just forgotten about the entirety of the map, and again, that can happen for some players. Tunnel vision, which is one thing I've personally trained myself towards trying to avoid. Tunnel vision. Always keep a bright eye on the rest of the map, and you will generally, in particular as the game drags out, have a huge advantage, since you can then actually take advantage of the flanks while your opponents never consider them. There goes Thompson, in this case quite outgunned, forced away. Packhauser as well, veterans one. He could even use white phosphorus barrels to soften me up there before an assault. Mortar fire raining down there. Panzergrenadier grabbing points there. Advancing up Morton. There you go. Finally, Kanji again realizes there's, something, on the other side there besides the center of the map, then begins sending in something there. Good start. Another Stug on the way again. I am very much there again, seeing nothing but the Sherman for quite some time there. I'm expecting Pershings, in which case having another Stuga is going to benefit me quite amazingly. Laying down a smoke grenade to cover for an assault. In this case, the mortar gets annihilated. Panzer's moving up here from behind, engaging here with their assault rifles. Though, of course, we've got a huge Ranger force here, since apparently the 3rd Armored Division's got no other infantry here, relying now instead on a Ranger battalion for support. Quick Panzer grenade here does only 1 kill. They're half up here with the Panzer grenade as well, with the anti-tank in here covering up. I pretty much break off that part of the assault as well. Otherwise, could have continued. But again, the Rangers and the anti-tank gun, and the fact that half-track itself can't directly support so much, means I just pull back. At least he's actually making some good progress there. Good work. And I'm surprised again he hasn't tried to harass my viewpoint down there much more. Again, there's been too much of a focus here from Kanji in the centre, and at least, he should then lay down some smoke. And again, there's just been nothing of that. He's just so focused on doing damage. He doesn't really consider, very fine terms of tactical tools what he could do against me as well. Again, if he were to lay down the smoke screen and then charge in with the Rangers, he would probably end up doing a lot more damage to me. There goes support to the assault here with MG42 and artillery. Grenade off there against Rangers. Dodge it. Healing up the MG42 will of course reinforcing. Stug being repaired. Back here are the Panzer gunners standing about with the stormtroopers moving towards the village centre once more. Quite forgot about them. We got an Osman on the way here to help deal with some of the infantry, but also find something that might be able to flank his anti-tank and quickly dispatch them. Panzer gunners moving up here. Trying to flank, but in this case that worked out pretty terribly. Anti-tank moving up, the Stug need to fall back. Need to fall back. Schnell. Jürgen. We got tank aim though and armor piercing rounds at the same time. Armor piercing discard sapper rounds or whatever. Very nasty rounds by the way, but good job there though on Kanji. It's again, many players neglect tank aim, which is a really good ability. So thumbs up. Then again, he's using Rangers. I just wish he had a better sort of understanding of the rest of the map, but he's at least beginning to grab it. Osman hitting southwards there, the Flak Panzer. Rangers hold here, but the MD42 close to Veteran T2. Moving up here to heal and reinforce. In the south, the Osman moves up there to finish off the deal with the Rangers there, with a Panzer with this squad moving up as well here. Blasting away there with the 37mm Flak. Doesn't quite get the wipe. Close though. Close but not quite a wipe there. Machine gun crew wiped out. Panzer gunners though good to go. Stormtroopers moving up as well here. Regions continue to move forwards here. So again, all of a sudden the tide has turned because can't you remember there was the rest of the map. Outstanding. Regions here and there go. Finally able to call up the Pershing, but again the question is, was it worth it? Again, he's giving me more time to build up everything else. Well, again, he waited so long, at the same time not even trying to expand his fuel income. So in that regard, my strategy, which didn't work out very well versus the Steward, turned out to be super effective in delaying this Pershing. Ensuring at least I've got an arm advantage versus that one. Moving up the Osman support here, is bringing the Pershing from the north, and he could encounter a bit of a problem. Telemines. And unlike the Steward, the Pershing can't dodge them very well. It's too big. There you go. Pershing moves straight into it. Half health now, and we got Stugs ready to deal with that. Osman flanking here into the centre as well, Stormtroop supporting. Stug moving up here to deal with it. Panzer taking hits there from the Pershing. Pushing away the MG42 there, and Stug's going in for the kill against the Pershing. Very low on health. In fact, I go for breakthrough assault here, or just breakthrough. They call it assault because it just gives your all the vehicles a boost, and it also involves the Stug, by the way. At the same time, we got the Osman moving in here for the centre. Take a few hit there, but still firing away at the Americans. And again, just speeding them out there. It's pretty much a free blitzkrieg there for 50 fuel, except it lasts longer, which makes it even better. And affects all your vehicle when you can actually coordinate a large armoured assault. In this case, I got the Osman there with it. Or not the Osman, I got the ambulance with it, damn it. Stormtrooper trying to come up again. We got the large Ranger force here now from Kanji, forcing away my Stormtroopers. Fun grenade attempt there, doesn't quite work out, but still did a lot of damage there with it. Knocked out his Pershing, got his ambulance, and caused a bit of, well, havoc and chaos there. Panzergrenadiers cleaning up the south there for the German army. Deutschland. Fresh ambulance there for Kanji, but again, his Pershing did not last long. He should have checked for mines. And again, it's not like he hasn't had a minesweeper around there. Again, had he not hit that mine there, for example, that Pershing would have been a lot more dangerous. So again, mines, you know, can save the day. Even if they don't sort of initially do something, they might just hit the next big thing that comes around. Bungrain again past the Rangers, pushing a bit away, getting a bit more time there. But problem is, the Rangers are veterancy too, so the Panzerguns ultimately don't stand much of a chance there.
We are losing a sector.
Panzer IV on the way there. Panzer Brigade further continues to build up armour. It was one of the few Panzer Brigades not to be dissolved. In fact, I think it was the only one that actually made it into in 1945. The others at that point had pretty much been turned well into replacement for other units or upgraded into full divisions. 3rd Ranger Squad. I mean, he loves his Rangers again. They are very potent units. I mean, that's certainly nice to see in a sense. But again, I think it highlights a bit. He's just not very good with riflemen. Oh, we got a Panzer IV arming as well for the Feldherrnhalle, which was actually part of the sort of attempt to bring in the old Sturmabteilung people. We were pretty much just told to bugger off there as soon as Hitler came into power and replaced with the SS, but some are still around and they were usually essentially made to form into 2 units somewhat. The Feldherrnhalle Panzer Brigade and the Panzergrenadier Division Feldherrnhalle, which was later expanded into the Feldherrnhalle Panzer Corps, though they were never 2 units, the Panzer Brigade and the Panzergrenadier Division, later Panzer Corps, never actually met. They fought on 2 separate fronts for the entire war. They all fun fact there actually. We're setting up here for a movement into the south. Osman also operating in the north here. Panzergrenadier here, got most moving up to support. Got a bomb grenade here sort of in the path, at least attempt it, but in this case doesn't quite work out, and there you go, quick retreat. Rangers in this case can roughly easily push off, you know, veteran Panzergrenadiers.
Enemy forces are securing our territory.
In the south there, Panzer IV pushing back the Rangers for support here from the Stormtroopers. Firing away at the Rangers. Blasting away there with the 37mm flak. Also got a aviation squad grabbing the fuel point there, back for America and freedom. Rangers are retreating, Stormtroopers, Panzer IV moving up here. And the tank moving up, looks like he's getting ready for another push towards the centre. Osman continues to strike up north here. Sending the re-echelons now running. Setting off the Telemine. Not really matters. Pioneers moving up here, scouting up a bit of the assault there. Pioneer squad here holding up as well. So he's basically making a big push here towards the centre. He's trying to sort of push me up, but they've got a Panzer IV flanking in from the south. Getting ready to strike in there with Stormtroopers following up here. Stooks moving up, Osman moving in there, getting here the units in position. Flanking in behind the support weapons there. Osman moving up to the other side just as the anti-tank turns about to deal there with the Osman. His other anti-tank is finally getting moved on, but it's all here too late. Complete chaos there as the Osman strikes in. Moving about there to deal with it now, but too late here. Panther IV with Stormtrooper support, except the Stormtroopers. Oh, there we are. Quick grenade there to miss everything, wiping out the units, whatever there. Panther IV continues to fight away. Osman just slaughtering away here. Rangers annihilated. MB-42 firing into the armor piercing rounds there. We got anti-tank number 2 firing up the Panther IV. And MB-42 getting blasted by the Osman. And there we go, Veteran G2. Before falling back into the face of the anti-tank, we've got a Panzer Grenadier squad in the half track, getting ready to move up. Might try and that way surprise the anti-tank and then deal with that. Which is just continue to creep up, and there you go, GG in the end, game over. And Kanji surrenders, the 3rd Armoured here beaten. Overall, this battle came down to, well, basically control over the fuel points. Again, while Kanji was, like so many other players, completely focused on control the centre, my strategic sight was basically on the fuel points. Control the centre was basically a secondary means to keep him occupied there, preventing him from refocusing on the fuel points. So by basically doing that, I was able to sort of gain stronger control of the map, deny his ability to bring out armour, and for that matter, the Pershing, while bringing up more armour myself. The Telemines here helped eventually deal with the Stuart, but again, it also ensured that when he finally did bring it up Pershing, it met with a very short and brutal end at the end of my Stugs after having hit the Tellermites. The Panzer Stormtroopers on to get here, allowed me to deal with the engagement as well, though. It's not like I got it all free. Again, the Rangers very easily counter Panzer Grenadiers, or at least make it a lot hard for them. Even the Stormtroopers to operate, in particular the veterancy, they really give my Panzer Grenadiers and Stormtroopers a very sort of hard going over. And of course, the early mortar was also quite a wrench there into my plan. I was able to somewhat deal with it, but it rather minimized what I was able to do on the map there initially, and in short, he was actually able to rush out the Stuart nonetheless. I mean, you got to be careful there if it's on an early mortar, and so for those who might want to try and counter this strategy, an early mortar might be an idea, though of course you have to be careful it doesn't get rushed by, say, pioneers if it gets spotted up pretty quickly. But the mindset turning out well there after, again, I think was also quite a vital part of the strategy, again, ensuring I was really difficult to push up from here, and again, in short, I could actually maintain pressure here while also moving about other units sort of hit elsewhere. But again, keeping good sight of there of what points actually matter on the map in that regard. Fuel points matter a lot. It seems like it's almost like everybody's forgotten how much fuel points matter increasingly, which is a bit funny just to sort of focus on the center of the map to the exclusivity of anything else. And again, so Moscow really suffered that. And again, had he tried to just attack more through here or here, he probably would have done a lot better. But again, his sheer focus on the center combined with the lack of focus on the fuel points allowed me to sort of slowly pull up for there. And again, the half track alongside other units. In short, he couldn't just really take the center of the map either. So there you go. I hope you enjoyed this match. I hope you learned something from it. Got some ideas for matches, some strategies, some tactics. If you did want to subscribe, tell a friend, share it with everyone. If not, send a new friend some feedback in the comment section. If you do feel like supporting the Propagandacast, supporting me with a few donations, do consider it. There are links in the video description. You can do so with Patreon or PayPal. Either is quite welcome. Even $1 can make a difference. So do consider. This is ImperialDane signing off, and see you all tomorrow for another exciting episode. Cheers.